Live from downtown Bakersfield, 23 ABC News at 6 starts now.
Good evening and thanks for joining us for 23 ABC News at 6. I'm Bayan Wang. We begin tonight with the second round of closures for various sectors in Kern County. Today, thousands were unable to attend in-site services at local houses of worship once again. 23 ABC's Leslie Gooden spoke with a local church and joins us live with how they're enduring the closure. Leslie.
Yes, good evening. I'm here at River Lakes Community Church where they held church services in a unique way today, just right here on their lawn right beside me. And again, this comes just a few days after the county was ordered to close their gyms, malls, salons, and churches, and they were forced to move to outside operations if that was possible. And today I spoke with attendees who said they felt called to be here. And today at the River Lakes Community Church in Northwest Bakersfield, over 200 people at 8:15 a.m. filled the lawn to hold outside church services for the first time. Now, according to Pastor Angelo Frazier of River Lakes Community Church, this idea has been in the works for some time now. And during today's service, attendees were required to spread out 6 feet apart and masks were recommended. The service lasted until about 10 a.m., which included live music and ministry. And according to some attendees, they share they felt more comfortable in this environment rather than inside. Now, Pastor Frazier says that during these uncertain times, entities like places of worship have to come up with creative solutions, but there are always risks.
If you see our property, we can spread out pretty well. But I think in today, you can walk into Lowe's and be standing right next to someone, or walk into the supermarket and standing right next to someone. Here we have a lot of space here where people can be. So we have to balance that out. There's no perfect scenario, but we're going to do the best we can.
And coming up tonight at 11, we're going to hear from 2 attendees who've been attending this church for over 10 years, who share with me that this service was the highlight of their week. Back to you, Bayan.
Yeah, so Leslie, just really quickly before we let you go, I mean, it was scorching outside today. Did that affect the service at all?
You know what? That's a great question. I actually asked Pastor Frazier that. He shared that's why they're only at this time having one outside service, because it's so hot, and that's why it's only happening in the morning. And for people who aren't comfortable quite coming outside or don't want to deal with the heat, they still have the live stream option as well.
All right. Thanks for that, Leslie. Appreciate it. Kern County Public Health is reporting 369 COVID-19 cases today. This is the second day in a row that Public Health reported less than 1,000 new cases of the virus within the last week. This brings the total number of cases to 14,561 in the county. And according to Public Health, almost 9,000 of those cases are occurring in the 18 to 49 age group. Public Health has announced no additional deaths. The total here in Kern County remains at 123. Health officials are also reporting over 5,300 full recoveries, with nearly 9,000 people isolating at home. Just under 85% of tests have come back negative. And Houchin Community Blood Bank needs donations to help critically ill COVID-19 patients. Houchin will be offering an incentive event the entire week starting tomorrow. This event is largely targeted toward anyone who has recovered from the virus. Donors will receive a $50 gift card to a local restaurant. Those wishing to donate must meet a few requirements before donating. Those requirements include the following. You must have tested positive for COVID-19 and/or for the antibody. You must be completely symptom-free for 14 consecutive days, and you must meet regular blood donation requirements. Anyone who is interested should call 616-2575. Now to the deadly stabbing that happened this morning in East Bakersfield. The Kern County Sheriff's Office is investigating the incident after a man was found with several stab wounds. According to KCSO, they received reports around 5:30 this morning of a man down in an alley in the 7,000 block of Eucalyptus Drive. When deputies arrived, they found the man with several stab wounds. He was later pronounced dead at the scene. According to KCSO, there's no suspect information available at this time. Anyone with any information is asked to call KCSO at 661-861-3110. We now turn to the ongoing street racing issue in Bakersfield. Overnight, the Bakersfield Police Department responded to several calls for service between 9:30 p.m. and 1 o'clock this morning. BPD says out of 13 traffic enforcement stops, 7 drivers were issued citations and 5 vehicles were impounded. Officers say they have 2 ongoing investigations into vehicles that evaded officers in a reckless and blatant disregard for public safety. Anyone with information regarding illegal street racing is encouraged to call BPD at 327-7111. All right, Kylie, you just saw there things heating up on the streets, but also here in Kern County in general, another day in the hundreds, right?
Yeah, but this weekend we did see those triple digits, and we're going to continue to see that as we head into next week. More on that in a moment, though. As for right now, still 101 degrees here in Bakersfield, and that's up 3 degrees compared to this time yesterday. As for tomorrow, we are going to see temperatures around 3 to 5 degrees above average just across central California, and this dry weather is going to continue to persist over the next several days. And this next week in Bakersfield, we're going to see the longest stretch of triple-digit heat that we've seen all summer. As for tonight, another hot one, seeing those triple digits still at 7 p.m. in Bakersfield, 100 degrees in those 90s from 8 to 10 p.m. and at 11 into those 80s. And then as for tomorrow's air quality, unhealthy for those sensitive groups with an AQI of 105. Coming up, we are going to go over that 7-day forecast.
The Kern County Fire Department is currently battling a vegetation fire southeast of Bakersfield. The Comanche fire is burning brush and grass near Comanche Point Road and Jack Springs Road. Around 30 acres have burned so far, according to a KCFD Twitter post. Kern County Fire is currently requesting additional resources to help put out the blaze. This week, the Kern County Board of Supervisors is looking to approve additional money for the county's fire fund. The Board of Supervisors will look at cost recovery methods for fire services contracts. Those methods are projected to generate an additional $10.3 million annually for the fire fund. During their meeting, the board will also be looking to use money from the CARES Act to pay for additional nurses at local hospitals. This comes as the Director of Public Health is pursuing 40 additional ICU beds. Meantime, the board is also being asked to increase the amount of money available to small businesses. This would add an additional $5 million to the already used $25 million. The Kern County Museum would receive $300,000 and the California State Soccer Association would receive $365,000 after their facilities were affected by COVID-19 closures. Today marks the 30th anniversary of the Americans with Disabilities Act was signed into law. Mayor Karen Go posted a video to her Facebook page declaring today ADA Day here in Bakersfield.
July 26, 2020 as Americans with Disabilities Act Day in our city, and recognize the progress that has been made by reaffirming the principles of equality and inclusion and recommitting efforts to reach full ADA compliance nationally as well as in the city of Bakersfield.
Governor Gavin Newsom also spoke about those who fought for the act here in California.
What an extraordinary 3 decades, 30 years with the ADA enshrined by so many that really led the movement here, point of pride in our great state, the state of California. Even more close to home, having grown up in the San Francisco Bay Area and watching Ed Roberts and others, Tony Coelho in the Central Valley, leading the cause of equality.
The act prevents discrimination against people with disabilities. All right, check this out. A local veteran wants the community to join her in celebrating her birthday. So she wants you to send her a video with a birthday wish. This is World War II veteran Navy wave Miriam Cans. She will be celebrating her 103rd birthday next week on August 5th, and Miriam wants the community to join in on the celebration. She would like to receive 103 birthday wish videos. Here's one for you, Miriam. A very big happy birthday to you. If you would like to take part in Miriam's birthday, you can send your videos to bkdriverwalk@gmail.com. And as we remain in uncertain times amid the COVID-19 pandemic, 23ABC wants to help you and your kids overcome these challenges as your students are gearing up for this upcoming school semester. Each day this week, we will cover everything you need to know for public, private, homeschooling, and distance learning. The road to education success won't be an easy one, but we can help you prepare. As a parent, this upcoming semester may add a new level of stress to your household. So we're aiming to help bridge that gap for you and your family in hopes that we can help you find new ways to educate your students, keep them on track while still developing social skills they need to thrive in competitive environments and build the fundamental tools needed for the future. All right, let's get right to it. Customers watching TV on Dish Network are currently unable to watch 23ABC. Our parent company, the EW Scripps, has been negotiating with Dish Network to carry our channel and was unable to reach an agreement before the deadline. However, customers who subscribe to Dish Network are still able to watch our newscasts on our other platforms, including our 23ABC News app, available on Amazon, Roku, Android, and Apple TVs. And customers can also rescan their TV to pick up our channel over the air. Coming up next, events continue to honor the life of late Congressman John Lewis. What historic sight his casket was carried over this morning. Plus, President Donald Trump will stay off the diamond a little longer. Why the president won't be throwing the first pitch at a Yankees game.
And hot weather ahead. We'll take a look at that 7-day forecast coming up.